Good morning, darling friend. A day in Ulverston. It's not bright and shiny weather, which is good for us in theatre because it means that people don't want to be out and about. They might be wanting to come into the theatre and snuggle up, and we will now just start to unload. Okay, so we're just unloading. I'm going to go round to the front of the corro because there are two lovely statues, one statue of two lovely guys. I'm very excited to be here. This is the birthplace of Stan Laurel. And look at that! Isn't that so lovely? Shall I just come and stand with you guys? I used to love watching their comedy. Isn't that nice? And there they are. So I'm heading in now. Here, straight in to the theatre. Oh gosh, that's a high stage. That will be interesting. It's one of those classic venues that were ballrooms and multi-functioning. Okay, this will be interesting. So arrived backstage, and there's the backstage relay, just there. Yep. And then on stage, this is my view. So we've come in, there's an issue, and I thought that we could solve it, but met with quite a lot of resistance to doing so, and it might not be possible, and I understand that, but I feel a bit frustrated and cross now because I really need to be able to talk things through with everyone having an open mind to see if we can solve something so that it's a better experience for the audience and for me. So I'm feeling a bit fiery in my belly, so I've got to try and calm down. I've come away, just gonna give myself a little moment to chill and breathe. I'm now going to move the van. I've got to, the van's staying where it is, but I've got to drive it out and then reverse it back in. So I've got to reverse it out, turn it around, reverse it back in. I hate reversing big vans. And I'm not in the mood. Oh dear. I got out of bed the wrong side this morning. I'm really high up on stage and the sightlines are rubbish and it's not going to be a great show for the families. I really hope it is a good show for the families. But yeah, challenging. House is now open and we will have people coming in very, very soon. We've got our front of house music going. There's a bar in here, so they're hoping people might come and buy some ice creams and drinks before they sit down. And here, our box, and we have a special sticker for every theatre show, so this just peels off here and then the theatre gets their own name there, and it's also on here as well. How clever is that, hey? Isn't that lovely? I did that earlier and then just put the new one on. Yep. And there's our evidence board and our dressing up sections. All very exciting. Okay, better get backstage or go and get my brochures. So that's the show ended. That's the last show of this first leg of the tour. It was really challenging. Being so high up, there were no treads, which are the steps that lead from the auditorium onto stage. We always ask for treads so that the audience can come up, the kids can come up. There were no treads, so we had to take the children around the outside, which of course adds time, it adds delay, it then changes the pace, which is exactly what Sophie was telling me she wanted to talk to me about yesterday. So I blew that completely. It was really hard. It's like there's this enormous gulf between me and the audience, and I couldn't hear their reactions. We've got some really nice feedback in the feedback book, and some of the kids who said that they absolutely loved it, and one of them who says that they want to be a detective when they grow up. And I had one girl whose birthday it was, so I got her to come up and we gave her a round of applause for her birthday, and one girl who had made herself a detective badge for herself with her name. And she had a little magnifying glass and a pen and a piece of paper. She asked some great questions. So it's lovely, lovely that happens, but it was seriously challenging. So I'm going to pack up all of these and put them into a box here. And then we have to put all of these pieces of evidence back in their right places, ready for when we go out again in April. It's a wrap for today. We drive back down to drop off the set, install the van at the van hire company, and then I drive home. And then a few weeks until I set off again. But that's it for this journey. If you've enjoyed joining me, please comment, please like, please even consider subscribing so that you can come on other adventures with me or hear stories or learn a little bit, tips and tricks of storytelling. Thank you so much for coming on this journey. That is day 10 wrap. Good night.